what has Umar done other than beat Sandhagen? I think that was way more dominant than Umar's performance over Sandhagen. And Jan beat Sandhagen. So it's like, then technically Jan should jump both of them to be number one. You know what also sucks? It's like Bilal. He beat off. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Bilal, my bad, bro.
Yo.
Pause. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like Garry has the tools to win against a guy like Shavkat. I feel like Ian has the edge, in my opinion.
On the feet, I would say so. Can we talk about how we're all about to get fucking nuked by Russia? We're in World War III.
Oh my God.
Bro, what the fuck is going on? We're sitting here on a podcast like half of the world's not getting bombed right now.
Legacy remains. Remember the name, Aljamain Sterling. It ain't motherfucker.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the weekly scraps. UFC Macau is in the books. Welcome my guests, my crew, my fam, my friends, Dennis, Jacob.
Young Jacob Fine.
Young Jacob Fine.
What'd you call me? Diaper fine earlier?
Diaper Fine earlier. He was wearing these shorts that look like diapers. And he had them rolled up.
Well,
I was like, is that what I look like when I roll up my shorts? I hope not.
They weren't shorts that look like a diaper. It was just a diaper.
It was just a straight up diaper, yeah.
I was
Probably.
just shitting myself.
Oh,
That's
man.
what that smell was, bro. It makes sense.
Well, Dennis put me through a hard pad session. And
Much needed.
yeah, I'm looking shitty lately. And I
Gotta be ready for Team Mosar,
and I
just
was
in case
shitting.
his camera
Yeah.
crew decides to. They probably don't have a camera crew, but just in case his 10 posse deep want to get
Yeah.
crazy.
Jay got to roll through those Taekwondo kicks.
Yeah.
I think in 2 weeks I won't be shitting myself.
Right to his
when
ball
I do
side.
that workout.
Honestly,
Hey,
if you do shit yourself during an exchange,
that might
with them,
actually help.
That would help.
It might just like be like, yo, fuck this.
But they're not gonna wrestle you.
Yeah, they'd get staffed probably.
Just shit yourself, bro. If we get into an exchange with Russian wrestlers,
Yeah.
That's like the best advice you
Yeah.
can give me as a fighter.
bro.
You know? Well, there's a will, there's a way.
Wait, fuck, I want to flip that screen.
Don't worry. We're all flipped out.
I'm gonna flip it real quick.
You know what? I was just talking to Becca about this. So you remember I did that Labor Day parade
in New York.
in New York? I flew all the way back to do the Labor Day parade before my fight in October, which got canceled. Someone stole my goddamn book bag. So whoever is out there in the world, you got my damn passport, you got my cash that was in there, and you got my damn bottom grills and my lotion. Damn, bro.
Wait,
He blames this on me.
At the parade?
The parade, bro. I wanted to wear my grills yesterday. We saw J Balvin at the concert at the Brooklyn Bowl. We got invited by Stephanie from my college, old college friend. So we go see J Balvin. It's cool as hell. He's got his whole grill on. It looks fire. I'm just like, damn, I ain't got shit.
And no lotion.
And no lotion, bro. Ashy out here in the streets. It's crazy.
Yo,
You
Vegas
could have
is
gotten
kinda
some
cold.
lotion.
Bro, who the fuck would take a bag, though? That's crazy.
Yo, someone didn't.
Yo,
check-
he blames this on me.
Okay, I need to hear this now.
So I jump off the float because the lady told me to get off the float.
Okay.
So I got off the float. She's the one overseeing the whole thing.
They left me.
For W Picks
stranded.
11. I'm pretty sure I said I'll be back.
No, you didn't.
Pretty
I
sure
promise
because
you
I was
didn't.
going with this lady quick because she wanted me to go meet somebody. So I go over. We end up getting fed everything. I go meet a whole bunch of people. I didn't think it was going to take that long. So otherwise I would have grabbed my bag. But because she said just come with me quick, I came off. My bag was up there with Jake and my other friend. My other friend jumped off with me though. Jake stayed on the float. So I just naturally thought
Yeah,
Jake would have just made sure the bag was okay.
right.
Hold on.
Did you know
So
the
the-
bag was there?
No. Bro,
Okay.
hold on. Here's my challenge.
wait.
Okay.
Let me add this last piece.
Okay.
What were we drinking out of? On the float. We were drinking Funk Harbor.
Okay.
Where was I putting the Funk Harbor?
But I didn't.
Wait,
Answer the question.
Out of the
Answer
bag.
the question.
All right, all right.
Oh wait, hold on.
This is an important piece of information.
But it's really not. That's like
It
totally
is.
irrelevant. So
Is it though?
Okay.
my
Is it though?
perspective is, I'm filming something.
He's so,
I have the camera in my hand. My bag's on the float.
he's so mad.
Aljo and who was it? Dre.
Yeah, but I was really mad.
They left.
I'd be mad too.
They left me. I have no idea where they are. He doesn't say shit. I'm trying to call him. He doesn't answer. I'm texting.
So
Text
you
won't go
panicked,
through.
and you forgot the
So
bag.
So someone goes, Aljo went that way. I'm
Okay.
like, well, that's not helpful. So I go grab my bag.
Oh, he made sure his shit was good.
That's the
That
best
makes
part.
it worse.
That's
Yo,
the best
I thought, but I thought you just left me.
You should have left that part out, bro.
Nah. So I grabbed my bag. I thought he left me. I thought he had his. I figured he just left. So like,
you
and he never
panicked.
asked me to watch his bag. Like,
Damn.
Yo, he leaves his boys behind, bro.
No, I only gave him
they
shit.
left me behind.
Nah.
I only gave him shit because he was right next to the bag when we
And he
hopped
grabbed his
off.
own bag.
He grabbed his
No,
own
my
bag.
bag was in a different spot. Your bag was not
Bro,
near my
this-
bag.
The float was like this on the top. My bag was on the corner. I think his bag might have been on
Bro,
the
I'm
corner.
in the middle of Brooklyn. There's like a million Jamaicans twerking around me. I have no idea where the fuck I
Who's in
am,
love,
But
bro?
that's,
who I'm
that's,
with.
that's prejudice because they weren't all Jamaicans. There was some Trinidadians in there.
There was a white guy getting
There's some-
twerked on.
there's some
by
Antiguans in
Jamaicans.
there.
I got
Some-
that on video.
Nice.
some
it
Barbadians, Bajans.
Caribbeans.
Yeah, Caribbean people. West Indian Day Parade.
All
But
right, all right.
lost my bag. And it was a really expensive. It's the one I got from Dubai, bro.
Oh,
So whoever
shit.
is out there with my bag, go f yourself and your mothers. Please return it. I just want my passport, bro. You can keep the cash.
You don't even have a passport now?
I don't have a passport. I just got that
Oh,
passport like 2 weeks.
shit,
like
bro.
2 weeks before I just got that passport. Maybe a month. But either way, I just got that passport.
That's fucked up, bro.
And it was a cool picture. It was a really cool picture.
Damn. Are you gonna reuse the picture? You have
Can't
to
you
take
just
a new
get a
one.
new one?
I'm gonna have to do it all over again.
Oh, that's a headache, bro. It's such a process.
I had to do that before we went to Dubai, and
Yeah.
I lied to them and said
You
that
said
I
I
already
lied.
had a trip booked, and then they
You didn't
like.
show them? You
So
didn't have to
all
show
I
'em?
had to do was book a hotel room somewhere, like
Oh, wow.
within 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
And then get a refund, which I forgot to get the refund.
All right, so you just
But-
paid extra.
But
Yeah, it just makes it quicker because
Yeah.
otherwise it's a pain.
because
in
I
the
was like,
ass.
how do I was like, yo, I have a trip now. I need a passport now. And they were like, okay, if you bring proof, we'll put you at the front of the line. And then I did that like 2
But
weeks
that's
before
weird.
we went
When
to
I just
Dubai.
did mine, they just asked for like potential upcoming trips.
Well, no, because I needed mine like right now. Like so, like usually they make you wait a long time before you can like go get your.
no, you can just pay
passport.
extra for expedited.
Yeah, but it's in that 2 week window.
Yeah.
So
Ah.
so his was like
Expedited
really
like,
close.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never left the country before Dubai.
Yeah, he
so
needed
I
like
just
the
had to-
crack speed, like the
Yeah,
flash.
yeah, yeah.
He needed it like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me and Becca was talking about that and I got sad and I was like, oh,
Damn.
I can't believe my bag. Yo, that bag was alone was like I think $1,000, bro. It was
Oh,
it
fuck.
was a real leather bag. I don't spend money on shit like that,
Yeah.
but I was a champ. I made some money, so I was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
I
treat
remember when you
myself.
bought
Right.
that bag.
That
I was
makes
really,
you
I
happy.
was really happy.
Yeah.
After I beat up TJ, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go.
Treat yourself.
And it was the one that you put over the
The luggage.
luggage.
Right? I remember you
Yeah, so
telling
it's
me,
just
yeah.
easy to carry it through the airport. So you don't gotta be yeah.
That reminds me of like my chain I got. I bought myself a chain after I won my pro debut for like $2,000, like solid gold Cuban chain. And I lost it at the gym and I never found it. And
Which
that shit
gym?
broke my heart at law. And I
No
never
way.
came up again. Yeah.
It's probably in the mats, bro.
I have no idea, bro.
Or someone took that shit. I'm sorry.
Someone took that shit, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, don't give me hope, bro. I gave up on it. I let it go. It's like
Ah.
a cat that died, you know? It broke my heart.
So all my chains, not all of them. Well, yeah, the two that I bought myself. I actually had three. One of them was a 10 carat, so it was a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
That one broke. So I was
Oh,
like,
shit.
I'm gonna melt it down. I never did. But the other two, I bought every single one of those chains after a fight. So as I made more money, I was like, I could buy a more expensive chain. I'm not gonna go crazy and buy a $20,000 chain. That's just crazy. Unless I'm gonna keep it in a safe or something. Like, but what's the point? I want to
It's
wear
still
it.
cash. Gold value goes up.
Yeah, but I want to wear it. I'm
Yeah,
not trying to
okay.
wear something where someone's gonna be like, "Give me your shit." I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I could fight, but there's a lot of you and you got a gun.
Yeah.
I can't really do much.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But that was sentimental value.
Yeah, it's a sentimental value. Damn.
I just want my
I'm sorry to
passport.
hear that.
I want to travel after this fight. Now I'm like, how am I gonna do that? Because they don't have like the expedited here. I got to go to LAX to go do it, or back to New York, and then I got to go to the city to go get it done.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a pain in the ass. It's a process. So guys, don't let your friends lose your bag.
Okay, this guy walks away from his bag.
Okay, Jake.
Doesn't tell me where
Yeah.
the fuck he's going.
You know,
And then gets mad at me.
I do realize I put too much trust and reliance
That's crazy.
in Jake for this.
Yeah.
So I do take responsibility. That, damn,
Really, it's your fault. man.
it is really my
Yeah.
fault. But damn, I just thought.
Well, if I had known what the fuck was going on,
You know,
I would have been more thoughtful.
You know Liam, the guy I'm working with?
Yeah.
The first thing he says, he goes, bro, that's your boy? He left your back?
Oh,
I was like,
shit.
Yo,
But you're
that's
acting,
the first.
yo.
No. I told him the story the same way. He goes, but Aljo, that's your boy? I was
Oh,
like,
damn.
So
That's
it's not,
so crazy.
But see, because we're older, we're just kind of like that. And when I was younger, to be like, yo, that's not my responsibility. Yeah, but
That's not even what I'm.
He also grew up
Bro, I
in like
had
the Chicago suburbs,
Bro,
know,
shut
nice
up.
life.
is that how they?
He
That's
wasn't thinking
that's how they
That's
do
so
things in
crazy. Nice
Chicago.
life
boy.
is
Chi-town
crazy.
is
Yeah.
different. Chi-town real different.
New
That's
York,
so
New York, that
crazy.
shit, my eyes would have been peeled, bro. Head on a swivel.
Yeah, we tore that thing upside down. I ran, bro, sprinted trying to catch this float. They was already breaking it down. I was like, yo, one of y'all motherfuckers had to have taken this bag. Nobody knew what happened to it, which was so crazy.
They probably were in on it.
Had to be. And it was only like my West Indian people so I was just kind of like,
Damn, right? It's your own.
come on, guys.
Yeah, damn. That
Come on,
hurts.
guys.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It is what it is. All right, UFC Macau.
Yeah, whoa, that was a crazy tangent.
Yeah.
We just story time. But the fight with Jan, I don't think we need to go through the whole card because all the road to the UFC stuff, respectfully, wasn't great in terms of skill value overall. I'm not gonna shit on fighters because we all start somewhere, but that's why we have feeder leagues to build people up. Like when I came in, I came into the UFC probably a little sooner than I should have, but I was at least a master in a specific field, right?
Yep.
But this was just like, I was like, bro, what am I looking at, man? It's
Bros.
it was just kind of craziness. But it was fun, but it was still like, this isn't like what I really want to stay up all night to watch. I just went to bed after that. I was like, I'll just watch the main event in the morning. But I got to watch the Carlos Oberg. That was actually really good.
I missed that one.
He put on a clinic on Ozdemir,
Oh, really?
which I was really surprised. And Yando, just getting into him, like, I know the hot take right now is, should Peter Yan get a rematch against Merab? And in my book, him after he lost to me, O'Malley, then Merab, right? In that order?
I believe so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yes.
he didn't fight for a while.
Yeah.
But then when he fought, he came back. Who did he fight his first fight back?
Song was
Song
it?
Yadong
That was his first fight back?
beat
I
him.
believe so, yeah.
Oh shit! So that's a hard one to come back from.
Yeah.
So he beat Song, who Song just tee up before that? Oh, Ricky Simone and somebody
Yes.
else.
Yes.
And
And
then
Sanhagen. He beat Sanhagen also.
no, Sanhagen beat him. He cut him.
Oh, right. I'm
He
sorry.
cut
yeah.
him. Yeah, but it was getting close. It was
Yeah,
close.
yeah,
it was a
yeah,
close scrap.
Yeah, I remember his moments. That's
Yeah.
why.
So it was a good fight to see where he's actually at. That's why I would have really liked to see him versus Umar or whatever. We'll get into that. But he beat Song, very dangerous guy. Then he beat a guy who was on a 3-fight win streak, who was also a former champion. And just on merit, former champion. I don't know. I just think like the name value thing, it gets weird when it's a name value, it's cool, but if you have merit, then I think that goes much longer of a way. It's like I came to this division, yeah, I might not be the most exciting guy, but I got more of a decorated career so far compared to more than half the top 10
Yeah.
of 145. So it's like, I'm not getting no handouts. And I'm not saying, oh, I know some people are going to say, but your fight more exciting. And okay, cool. I understand that. But at the same time, what has Umar done other than beat Sanhagen? That was the one rank. That's the only thing. I'm not saying Umar's not good. Umar's he's skilled. He's a dog. I don't even know if he's a dog yet, to be honest, because he hasn't really gotten to a dog fight, right?
I mean, he got dropped by the Kazakh kid.
Yeah, he had to tough it out, but
Yeah.
he didn't get into a dog fight. Like he wrestled him down
Yeah,
to death,
yeah,
and that was it. Path of least resistance, he won, controlled the fight after being dropped, but still, he only beat one guy. So my point, I just feel like maybe there's now if Figgy won, I feel like there's no argument that Figgy couldn't have gotten the title shot, but he didn't look that great against Jan like at all. And then I think he tried the Merab and Aljo blueprint, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
The inside leg trip he hit though was
In the
nasty.
first round, yeah, it was very nice.
But he was getting smacked up from the guard the whole time. It's like, damn. You didn't watch
I
that
didn't
one?
watch the fight.
It was a great performance by Jan. And also, even before that fight, there was an argument for Figgy to fight for the belt next
Yeah.
too. You know, so now Jan beating him in that fashion, I think it adds to the argument that Jan could be next.
I think that was way more dominant than Umar's performance over Sanhagen and Jan beat Sandhagen. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I know you can't do MMA math, but in terms of notoriety, then technically Jan should jump both of them to be number one as a contender. That's the way that, if you're using logic, that's the way that it should
If you
go.
stack up like the recent wins. And
Yeah.
then,
But if we're talking strictly just what have you done lately, I guess Umar does have the highest credible win. So I don't want people thinking like I just don't like the Dagestani guys.
Yeah.
Yo, I got Dagestani friends. I fuck with them. But at the end of the day, I just think I'm just over the phase of, because you are popular in this region of the world or this, you get title shots off of it's just weird, because it takes away from the sport aspect. No other sport you could do this except for MMA.
Yeah,
it's the
it's true.
only sport, and boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Umar fights like once every 18 months or something. Like he barely fights. And
I
then
mean,
he
he
gets
fought once this year, right?
He gets jumped.
Yeah.
He gets to like jump the line.
Or
Get to
twice. He
Sandhagen.
fought twice this year.
And their argument is
Wait, but who did he fight before Sandhagen?
The Kazakh
the
kid.
Kazakh kid who dropped him,
Okay, and then before that, it was like the guy he knocked out. I forget his name.
Rayone Barcelo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So
To be
like,
fair, he got injured, which it happens. So I get that aspect of it, but at the same time, yeah, even when he was younger, his frequency of fighting is very low.
His argument is that people don't want to fight him, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But I feel like the UFC makes guys like, did Gerald Mershot have to fight Hamzat Chimaev?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they made him fight him. Like, you know what I mean? And not like I put a gun to your head, but I'm pretty sure like
It's like the way they word it is basically like it's fight or go fuck yourself, basically. You know, we
So-
know what that's like.
yeah, it's weird, but we'll see what they do next. I feel like Jan looked vintage. I was like, this is the guy that people were like, before we were gonna fight, people were like super high on him, and he just looked dangerous. He looked on point. His combinations, the beautiful uppercuts he was landing, the flying knees, trying to
Yeah.
get style points. It was a fun fight.
He's a fun fighter to watch, I
Yeah.
have to say.
It is. He is.
that was definitely a better matchup for him to get his stuff off though than like you or Merab.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
stylistically,
Yeah.
it's very different. Like, I'm not striking with you to do all that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here.
So the thing is now, if we see a rematch with Jan and Merab, do we see a different outcome?
Maybe he stops more takedowns, but even so,
He stopped so many takedowns.
yeah. But that's the thing, right? So he stopped so many takedowns, but he still got outstruck on the feet. So I
Yes.
just don't know what he does differently other than landing a shot that can really change the fight. Other than that, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know, he looked really good. So I think his chances now, just because he looked like he evolved, like he looked super flexible in the grappling where he's flipping all over the place
He's
like
like
a
a
cat.
cat.
Right?
Yeah.
He looked like a cat. Dog. The same thing I was thinking about Dennis. I was like, oh, he's a cat man over here.
I was so happy to watch that because I just remembered Cats when he would bounce back on his
Is
feet.
that like new for him though? I feel like he's always been a decent grappler.
I felt like he was always flexible like that, but he showed like getting taken down, balance, like flexibility, where he was able to twist and turn in weird ways. Where I'm like, yo, bro.
But then
This looks
also,
next
I mean,
level.
I think it's different also because you and Merab's transitions in chain wrestling negates that. I don't think
Yeah.
Figgy has that level of chain wrestling like you and Merab do. So he was able to get that off his more in this matchup, you know?
Yeah, I will say he hits a much better inside leg trip than I do. My inside leg trips do not look like that. His inside leg trip and Sayudo's, I don't know if he learned that from Henry, but that shit was money. I was
Yeah, it
like,
was
if I can
clean.
learn that, it makes the takedowns that much easier to get, and then you could work from there.
That's the thing where he like steps in and like trips you.
Yeah, from that 50-50 or double under position. Depends on what you get. Some people could do it from either overhooks. They could do it. Some people, but
It like looks like a sweep almost.
yeah, it's inside reaping the leg and then sitting them down.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
those type of takedowns, they just don't do any damage. But you can at least get the fight to exactly where you want.
Right. You end up in guard, right? Top position.
Yeah. And then Jan hit that nasty ass trip that he hit me with. I was like, I was actually like, damn, that was actually pretty. I can't say
Yeah,
nothing about that.
yeah. He threw a body kick, right? Open stance, and then Figgy went southpaw, and he threw the right hook. Jan threw the right hook
Yeah,
and hit it, right?
step behind him.
Yeah, that was
Boom!
clean.
He looked like he bounced his head off the canvas.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh shit! I was like, that's a forceful takedown right there. That sucks.
Nah, Jan was on point. He looked determined, even
Yeah.
going into the 5th round. You know, like he looked on point. So, I don't know, bro. I feel like now the fans are 50-50 almost between who gets it next, Jan or Umar.
Yeah.
Wait, but what? Umar can't fight with Ramadan, right?
In March
No,
it starts.
So Umar can fight during Ramadan. Umar chooses not to fight during Ramadan because of his religious beliefs, right? But the religious belief does not prevent him from fighting.
So it's just like he won't fight during.
He won't fight during the Ramadan because it's not an optimal time to fight and train because they have to fast all day.
Right.
And then they could eat once sun goes down, and then they could break their fast and they could eat as much as they want. So most of the guys that I know, just from conversations, they don't do nothing during the day, and then they do all their training at night. So I go, well,
So
if
you can do it.
you could do it. If you really want to do it, then schedule it for April. If that's really like you're giving yourself still an opportunity, at least you have a month to still prepare, and you're still getting proper training. Just probably, I don't know. Like if you want to make it happen, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
If you really wanted it that
So
bad.
why do they get to have like the most optimal camps set up? Like everything gets built around their schedule. But
Most
like,
short notice
but like
fights.
Merab has to turn around by January, so Umar can fight.
Well,
when
they
it's
wanted
better for
December
him.
first. They wanted
Oh,
December
right.
first.
So
Bilal
like,
pulled out,
why?
yeah.
And then they said
why
December, January.
The fuck do they get that type of treatment?
I don't know. It's make sure your chain not hitting the gang.
I mean, look, on their end, it's a smart business move.
Of course.
They're looking out for themselves.
Which we should do.
But
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
UFC never says anything when they're like, no, we got Ramadan.
I mean,
But
we
when
don't know
you're
that.
like, you're like, nah, my knee's fucking torn, or my biceps torn. Nope, turn around, do it. It's a big opportunity.
Yeah, it was partial, but it is what it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, nah,
But-
nah.
Like, that's
I know
way
some
less
people say your
optimal.
bicep
Yeah.
wasn't torn.
No, of course. Well, people have no idea the injuries Aljo went through.
Yeah.
If you guys, because I'm in the training room with him, not to like gas you up, but the amount of work this guy puts in and then goes and shows up every fight, never misses weight. You got to put some respect on his name. But that was real quick. I don't mean to gas you up right now. But I was just thinking, Bilal was fasting and he took the short notice fight
With,
against Burns,
Yeah,
5 rounds.
he did. Was it that one or the Leon? Leon was when was Leon?
I think it was with Burns, bro.
Oh, so yeah, Burns, and then he fought Leon after
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so if again, and that wasn't even for gold. So it's like if you
Yeah.
want the opportunity, you could take the opportunity. Just
Respect to
really-
Bilal for that. That's
Yeah.
really believing in yourself.
That's the dog right there.
Yeah, that's real G shit.
you know what it could be too, though? Like, I feel like this is just like maybe a crazy take, but like the Dagestani guys, like they're so paid already. Like they don't have to fight when they don't want to. But like Bilal lives in America. I don't know if he's getting like the sheiks raining money on him and stuff. Like
That's true.
he might have like he might have like I'm sure he didn't have to take that fight to like get by, but like he's obviously gonna be in a hungrier position than if like Umar, who's like just a contender right now, he's probably making millions from like princes and
I mean, so I think about it like this: like Bilal did that to get the number 1 contender spot with no guarantee, which he didn't even get the
which
the
like
next
they didn't
fight.
even want to give him.
Yeah, they didn't even give it
like
to
they
him,
only
which is
like
fucked
Bilal
up,
was
bro.
the most deserving guy for a title
Yeah.
shot.
Me and
they
Bilal
s-
like this, bro.
Yeah.
Me and Bilal,
It's
Bilal,
literally
we
the
like
same
this, my
story.
brother.
Y'all know each other's pain,
like
bro.
I
he
know
deserved the
your pain.
title
Yeah.
shot 4 fights before he got it,
Right.
and then they finally gave it to him when no one else would fight.
Right. But then you got Umar in the situation where he's gonna fight for gold if that's the case,
Yeah.
right? So I feel like Umar would have more incentive because that's his goal, right? Ultimate goal is to become champ, right? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I feel like his incentive would be higher than Bilal, and
To take
Bilal
the
still
fight.
took it. Yes.
Yeah.
Is it like looked down upon to fight during Ramadan? Like
No.
in a different sport, like Sandy Koufax, he's like a famous pitcher. Like back in the day, he wouldn't pitch in the World Series on Passover because he was Jewish or one of the holidays. Because it was like I'm not gonna work on this holiday. So maybe it's like that type of thing. But I don't get that vibe. That's
Bro,
what.
it's a month long, bro. That shit is a long
Yeah,
time.
there's no way the whole Muslim economy shuts down for 40 days.
Nah, it doesn't shut down.
Like
It's just,
there's no way they're not working. Is what I'm saying.
No, I think they still do, but I think everyone comes together if you're like in that region of the world and they have like their understanding. But this is America. This is America. So you gotta do what else we gotta do. You know what I mean? So you want to be Muslim and you want to come fight in America, Do what the Americans do.
So then Umar, that's the only thing is because it's Ramadan.
I'm gonna get hated on for this. You're a Muslim hater. No, I'm
I'm the
not.
one.
No,
I feel like-
it's just the truth, bro. It really is the truth. It's like, why do we have to play
I
favoritism?
feel like you've considered converting to the religion
I've
of
thought
Islam.
about Islamic
Yeah.
conversion before. I asked Rebecca too. Rebecca said, my fiance, she was like, you know, I would just be happy with you having any religious belief or like really committing myself to a religious belief kind of a thing. I'm pretty sure she would rather me be Christian though.
Yeah.
Because I go, you know, in Islam, you know, I'm allowed to have like 4 wives.
Yeah.
That's the only
I
reason.
think you qualify.
But that's a headache, bro. I don't know if I can even handle it.
Yeah, one is a lot.
Some of those guys, they tell me that, yeah, I got 2 wives. I'm like, yo, how's that? Like, give me the blueprint. How does that work? Do you like spend time at one house? Do you go to the other house? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, do they get together for like holidays? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, I wonder how they handle holidays.
How do you do Christmas?
How do they do Ramadan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a very interesting. I mean,
We
I'm
should
sure
ask.
we're gonna get a lot of comments.
Yeah.
We're cooked.
That's not how it works. Listen, hey,
No, we're not hating on it. We're actually like,
No, I'm
I'm
genuinely.
I'm kinda
generally-
supporting
yeah,
it.
I'm generally intrigued. But yeah, so we'll see who gets the next title shot. I don't really know what they're gonna do because that's a cluster. You know what? You know what also sucks? It's like Bilal. He beat off.
Whoa.
Hey, yo.
Bilal, my bad, bro.
Hey.
yo, get
Pause.
this
I
guy
said
out of
pause.
here.
I said pause, Bilal.
Yo.
Bilal, I said pause.
As soon as you said that, I was like, what the fuck?
But nah, he beat off all those.
Yo.
Bilal beat all those guys, and he had like a 10-fight win streak before he made it to 11, I think, for the belt, whatever it was. So you beat off all you beat all the contenders.
Bro.
He beat all the contenders. So then you don't have guys that are on these long win streaks to really build like a hype in the fight, right? That's kind of like why 170 is the way it is right now, and it's kind of like why bantamweight. If O'Malley didn't fight Cheeto, I think that there would be more contenders in this division right now for bantamweight compared to O'Malley fighting a guy who didn't deserve the title shot. He beat Pedro Munoz. Don't get me wrong. O'Malley got a title shot off of beating Pedro Munoz. Shit happens. All right.
No, wait. No, it was off.
It was
round.
well,
He got
he
the
beat-
number one contender. Off.
no contest with Pedro, then got to fight Jan in the split decision, then got title shot. But I forgot my point now.
I think, honestly, Merab should just rematch Ricky Simone and everything will be in order
Yeah,
again.
or Frankie Saenz, bro. 'Cause
Yeah.
both of those guys got wins
Basically.
over him on split decision.
Yeah.
My thing is like,
basically.
what's wrong with Merab fighting Peter Yan, and then when Umar's ready and
A former
at his
champ.
convenience, now he can fight Umar, or Umar could fight somebody else.
I
Like,
think people
don't see
think
what the
he's.
point is.
Some people actually think he's afraid, which is actually hilarious.
Yeah, I don't understand that, bro.
I think Merab, for me, from what I understand, when we talk, Merab is just standing on business. Like, bro, you haven't done anything. I'm supposed to be busting my ass over here. I'm from the same area as you, in in relation to the area, the Caucasus Mountains, and I had to come here and bust my ass just to get a title shot. And you're gonna get one off of one win, and I had to fight all these contenders. That's crazy.
Yeah, like, bro, the hard work, even like becoming like the superstar Merab's become, like all of the stuff he does to like do more for the sport, like it's so much effort. And then like Umar just gets to like be jumped. He just like jump the line.
Yeah,
Like I would be tight.
yeah, it's a weird one. They're gonna say we're being biased, but nah, I think I would be saying this even with Bilal. Like, Bilal's not my teammate, but I call it how I see it, man. It's like Bilal should have got a title shot a while ago, so I'm not
Right.
saying anything different. And Bilal's Muslim, so it has
Right,
nothing to
right,
do
yeah.
against Islamic faith or anything like that. It's just, dude, what have you actually done? The guy who earned it should be getting it. Like Kobe Covington coming back from like 2 years off and then jumping into a title shot, like
Right,
that was
makes
a
no sense.
waste. It was a
Yeah.
waste.
But like
Right.
you know, I was talking to Steve about this, and he was saying like once they figured out they can
Crack the code.
once they had Conor, basically they figured, okay, this is the blueprint. We do this with everyone who has potential to be a big star. We just give them the perfect fights to get them to the title. We rush them, and then they become champion, and we can cash in on it. And like they're literally like, that's all they do now in every division.
Shit's tough.
Like that's their whole business model.
So it makes you wonder as an athlete competing in the UFC, once you get to the top of the division, it's less about who you beat and more about like how you move the pieces on the board to get to where you want to be, which is ultimately fighting for gold, because gold gives you the highest pay you can get as a fighter coming up, meaning you've never hit championship pay. Once you hit championship pay, you are now at a new threshold for payouts. So you get to there, you might drop back down, but you negotiate to whatever it is that you go back down to. And that's a comfortable living as an athlete, whether or not you do manage to cash in on that and win the belt, because now your pay goes up again, and then you also get pay-per-view points. So there's very few guys who get pay-per-view points that are not the champ, and I think it's just Izzy at this point, and maybe John Jones if he weren't to have the belt, but John Jones has never not had the belt, so it's just one of those things. But nobody else, like
Max, Dustin, how about them?
they might.
Yeah.
They get
BMF,
paid really
right?
well though.
Yeah.
Like
They
regardless.
get
For sure.
really good
Yeah.
payouts.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it just really depends, man. Like, you got to start looking at this as a business, and this is for all the younger fighters coming up. Like, you got to really know your path, your blueprint of where you're trying to go, so that you can carve out your own path. Whether you want that path to be harder or easier, I liked O'Malley's approach. I'm gonna fight the unranked guys and get the same amount of pay versus jumping up in the rankings, fighting the harder competition and getting paid the same exact thing. Nothing changes.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Jakar Klaus came on the mic after he dominated. He said, "I want the easiest opponent for the most amount of money." I'm like, yo, honestly, bro, that's what we're here to do. We're prize fighting.
That's
Like,
business, yeah.
let me get my highlights up.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
it.
all business, bro.
I used to think that
It's
was
all
gonna
business.
like ruin the sport though, but now honestly, like, I think those like the O'Malleys and stuff, like the UFC can like rush them to the title, and like the real fans who like really pay attention to every single fight, we know it's BS. But the casual fans that these guys are bringing in, like O'Malley, they only pay attention to O'Malley. Like,
Yeah.
they only see the world of UFC through the lens of Sean O'Malley or like the lens of Conor McGregor. So like it doesn't matter, like they don't care about who earns what. It's just like they want to see their guy win, and like that's it. Like so it doesn't even hurt the sport like I thought it would. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would be interested to understand the UFC's mindset. I know it's money first, business first, but it'd be interesting to see that metric to know if it does hurt the sport at all for them. I don't. People might not give a shit. Maybe we're just talking about it and no one really gives a fuck. But as a purist, you like going from wrestling tournaments, you win, you advance to the next side, you get to the semis, you get to the finals, and you get to see if you become the champ or not of the tournament. That's what this is. This is always a tournament. You get to the wrestle backs if you lose, or the fight backs, and then you work your way back up, and then hopefully the next bracket you can win that when you get to the finals. That's the way I always looked at it. But it's just sometimes there's some obstacles in the way that you just can't get past. So it is what it is. But we'll see, man. It'll be interesting to see who gets the next shot. If it's Umar, I don't care. We're going to be prepared for him regardless. Merab already knows it's a tough fight. He knows the Yan fight is a tough fight. These fights are all tough fights.
Right.
Again, I don't think Merab is afraid. Based on what it is it just comes down to the guy didn't earn it like he did or most of us did. And that's the bottom line. It comes down to nothing else. But whatever.
I mean, same way. So now Khabib was mad at Conor for getting the lightweight shot, saying he didn't earn it.
Yeah.
And they gifted him the fight.
Because he never defended. And I agree with
Right.
that. He never defended.
Right.
And he got an automatic shot.
Right, at 55. So now Merab is making the same argument Khabib made at the time.
Yeah.
Was Khabib scared of Conor? You know, like would that be the argument at the time? That Khabib's ducking Conor because he's gifted a title shot? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, you got to look at it both ways objectively.
Rob's not scared of anybody, bro.
Bro,
He's
his
beaten
confidence is
everybody.
all-time high
Bro,
right
like,
now.
How many guys, like, on the like, when we were, like, before the Yan fight, right, for Merab, like, I think everyone was, like, yo,
That was
this
the
is
most
the most
nervous
scary
I've
guy
been, yeah.
Merab's ever fought.
Yeah.
The Yan fight, you said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I remember us talking about it, like,
I was
yo,
very
I'm a little
nervous
worried
for that
about this
fight,
one.
yeah.
Like, this is a tough fucking fight. Merab washed his ass.
Were you guys worried for real?
I was very
I put money on
nervous, bro.
Merab for that fight.
I was actually that's the least worried I ever was for Merab was O'Malley. The second least was Yan. The only one I was kind of worried about was the Henry fight.
Okay, I was a
was
little
more
nervous because
worried
of the
for
wrestling
Yan.
with that, but yeah, I was more nervous for Yan. More so because of how much the fight meant to Merab and all the
Yeah.
behind, you know, everything that the weight he was carrying because of it.
Yeah, the Russia-Georgia conflict.
Yes, yeah. So what it meant to Merab is why it made me more nervous.
I was more like, I don't know. I just feel like Jan still had that aura. Like,
Yo, people were coming up to Merab, like Georgians, and telling him like, pretty much how you can't lose this fight.
Yeah,
Like,
bro,
yo,
that's crazy. Yeah, no pressure, bro.
yo, no pressure. At
I
all.
was. That's
You just
the,
can't
that
lose
fight
this
was,
fight.
The
I was
pride
the
of our
most
country
nervous for that
depends on
fight.
you.
I was the most nervous for that fight. I was
Yeah.
I was less nervous for Henry, even though Henry like should on paper be like the harder fight for him.
Henry was even a tough matchup for me. It's just because of the
Yeah.
anti-wrestling. Because he doesn't use his wrestling offensively barely anymore. It's more the anti-wrestling and forcing you to have to stand up. But we saw what he did with that.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those things. And I had a hard time taking Henry down in the open. I've never been good at taking people down in the open. Maybe when I was younger. Now, not so much. I typically use the cage. Actually, maybe I'm lying. Maybe it's like 50-50. But I feel more comfortable taking people down against the cage than the open. 'Cause in the open, I feel like there's more risk of space for them to do whatever they want to do. They throw flying knees, uppercuts, and then move their feet. Versus against the cage, like, I know there's only so much room you got to go backwards, and then
Right.
from there, you're stuck, and now we have to attach.
Mhm.
And from there, hopefully,
It was a good night.
hopefully.
On your ass.
Yeah, but
I'm on that ass,
I don't think Merab's scared of Umar. Like,
Absolutely not, bro. Come on. I don't think any fighter is
Also,
really
like-
scared of another fighter.
Corey Sandhagen is a fucking beast, but he's a great matchup for Umar stylistically.
Yeah.
Like
And
that's a great way. That's a great guy for Umar to show off what he does.
And Sandhagen taking that fight with Umar did the same thing we were just talking about. It messed up the contenders. Like, if Umar were to have done it in chronological order like most people do, chip away, get to the top, and keep the contenders so that you have room, like viable options for the champion to fight, then we're not even in this position right now. But because he killed off the number 2 who was just on a win streak, it's just like, well, there goes another one. We don't have someone we could just throw into a title shot right now. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't know if you guys saw on the for my card the 310. So we got Ian Garry versus Shavkat. That's for the interim, or is that for number 1 contender?
I think number 1 contender.
Is that 5 rounds?
That's a good question. I would
That's a
assume it to
sick
be,
fight.
right?
Because it seems like they're doing that more. They're making these co-main events 5 rounds. I'm like, damn, it's getting scary out here.
Yeah.
Yo, if Ian beats him, he's gonna save his whole reputation. I feel like his brand kind of got like in the past year or two, like it's taken a little bit of a hit. Not that I necessarily agree, but I just think like that's how people feel. But I think if he beats Shavkat, it's like the most gangster shit he could do. Because I think Shavkat has that aura.
Shavkat has that aura, but I don't know if it. I feel like after he won, what was the last one? Who did he beat last?
Ian Garry, MVP.
MVP.
Shavkat beat Jeff Neal, I think. Or Wonder Boy.
Shavkat?
Yeah.
Shavkat beat him, but who did Ian beat? Was it MVP?
MVP, yeah.
MVP.
That was the last one?
Yeah. And
So
that was
I-
not an exciting performance
No.
at all.
It wasn't great.
Nah, and then like the whole thing with his family and stuff, like his wife.
Yeah,
like,
but
like he's got the energy toward Ian Garry is not like positive right now. I don't think.
yeah, you know more than I do in regards to that.
When with that stuff, like everyone calls him a cuck, and like he's taking a lot of like heat on that end.
Hey, man, the man is happy. I'm just like, whatever,
Yeah.
dude, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, he's always a
It's
nice
his
guy to me
business.
when I see
Yeah,
him, so
nah.
never really have like anything bad to say about him.
But like I feel like Shavkat's a risky fight, and if you beat Shavkat, who's like undefeated, 17-0 with with all finishes,
That puts him in a much different category.
that's like
He's
yo,
next
you
in line.
erase all that
Yeah.
shit. Everyone thinks you're a savage.
Yeah, but my thing. So let's talk about the Shavkat matchup. I feel like Ian. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like Ian Garry has the tools to win against a guy like Shavkat.
Why?
I don't know if Shavkat. The Jeff Neal fight left me with a lot of questions about him. He literally won, which felt like in the 11th hour, and got a finish in a fight that was back and forth. And I thought Jeff Neal was winning.
Really?
I thought it was at least 1-1. And I thought it was going Jeff Neal's way in the third, if I remember correctly. I have to watch it again, so don't quote me. But
Was that his last fight?
no, it was Wonder Boy.
Oh yeah, okay.
But then he fought Wonder Boy, and that was anticlimactic. But it's also Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy's
Yeah.
a hard out for anybody. He makes everyone look average, and it makes everyone look like they can't do anything or they never fought before. He made Masvidal. He kicked him off his feet. Side kicked him off of
Right.
his feet twice in the fight.
Vicente Luque, same thing.
Vicente Luque. Who was the other guy he did that to? I mean, he made Woodley, who was knocking guys out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Woodley isn't the most exciting until he cracks you, right? But he made him look average until Woodley was able to drop him, and he didn't submit him, right? No, that was Darren Till.
Yeah.
But he was able to get the nod. I think it was a draw the first time, and then he got the nod the second time. But either way, he just makes people just look average. And there was another fight that he styled on somebody,
Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
And
That was very impressive.
Holland should have just took his ass down. When
Yeah,
he
he
had a
let him
chance.
up.
He
He let him down.
up.
He let him up.
Yeah, wait, but what? Shavkat finished Wonderboy, right?
He finished him.
Yeah.
I think
Submitted him.
third. Was it the third round? Second or
Maybe
third?
second.
But he could not get to him. His striking didn't look all as great
Yeah.
as I thought it was. He didn't look as quick as I thought he was. And this is against a much older Wonderboy. You would think he slows down. Yeah, he has slowed down, but he's still relatively quick for the division. I still want to see Wonderboy versus MVP because I think that would
Yeah.
just be a barn burner. Just because it's a kickboxing, like, I don't say fantasy. Let's just make it weird. But it's a dream matchup. Two high-level kickboxers. One is a Taekwondo guy bouncing side to side, bladed, and then Wonderboy who could do the same exact thing. So I just remember that fight being very close with the stand-up department and Wonderboy edging it. I don't even want to say edging him out, controlling the whole fight on the feet. And then when he got him to the cage, he couldn't take him down for the whole first round, it felt like. And then when he got him down, he got him back up. He got right back up. Second round, he was able to get him down, get the rear naked choke. So that kind of slowed down my
Your hype.
my hype on him a little bit. I was like, okay, he's good, but he's not a Hamza. He's not the killer that we think just going to steamroll through everybody because he has all finishes. So you think like, this guy's just going to F him up. But that wasn't the case with that. So that kind of makes me look at Ian Garry, Shavkat, and I'm like, I think Ian Garry has the better range control. I'm being told by people from the behind the scenes from that camp that when those guys were trained that Shavkat is actually the faster fighter.
Right.
And got the better of him in the room. I don't know. So that makes it exciting.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking at it on paper in the cage, I feel like Ian has the edge in my opinion.
On the feet, I would say so.
Yeah, I just feel like he's better
more
range
technical,
control.
Yeah. And he has anti-wrestling too, right? Good anti-wrestling, Ian Garry?
Decent. MVP took him down,
Oh, right. Yeah.
but MVP, I don't know. He's a very different guy than Shavkat. I think Shavkat is probably going to be better on the ground. But if he had a hard time taking down Wonderboy, who was much older, a much younger, fluid guy with great footwork, can switch his stances, I think it's going to give him some problems. So
I think it's different when you're preparing for a striker and they do shoot because you're not mentally present of the takedowns, I should say. Like, you know, how you're saying MVP took down Ian Garry.
I might be missing that up. It might be Ian Garry took down MVP.
I think
think
MVP
that's what
did.
it was.
Yeah.
No, I remember Ian Garry went for a heel hook.
I think everyone was shitting on Ian
Because he took him down.
He grappled in the fight.
Instead
Was that
of-
what it was?
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah, so I think he actually took him down. But yeah, either way, I don't know. I'm not as high on Shavkat as I was before. I still think he's a great fighter. I don't want people from Kazakhstan to start putting in their flag emojis like, F you, Shavkat's
1,000
number one.
comments, yeah.
I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying, based on the recent performances, I think Ian Garry has a better shot than most would think. 2 undefeated fighters. I'm excited for the fight.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad this is on the card now because it kind of shakes up the whole 170-pound division and we get a true contender next in line for the belt.
That time you worked with Ian Garry at the PI, I think it was during like International Fight Week a couple years ago. What did you think of like the advice he was giving you?
It was good, but it was also advice of a long, rangy guy. At bantamweight, yeah, I could pull off a lot of those things. Not against a guy like O'Malley because he's just way rangier than I am. I think he's got like 2, maybe 3 inches in reach advantage on me.
Tall, yeah.
Yeah, and the height. So when he pulls pulls back and then he leans forward, he could get a little bit more range on his punches and his kicks. But a lot of the things he was saying made a lot of sense. Just understand the psychology behind it and what he was doing and looking for in his setups and traps. I thought was very eye opening. And yeah, I wish we got to work a little bit more, but I thought that was pretty telling. And I'm not leaning towards Ian Garry because of that. I don't give a shit who wins the fight. It's just I just now think if I'm a betting man, I'm looking at this like maybe there's some good value in the Ian Garry call over Shavkat. Because I think a lot of people are riding high on Shavkat. I'm not saying they shouldn't be, but I think Ian has a very good case of winning this fight.
He also has like tremendous fight IQ, I believe. He
Yeah.
knows how to win and he knows how to fight smart. Ian Garry.
Yeah.
I feel like Shavkat, like the Jeff Neal fight, and like me looking at it, I would think like, yo, path of least resistance probably take down Jeff Neal,
Yeah.
submit him or something, bro. That was just a bar fight basically.
They were banging each other up, but and I was just like, yo, what is going on?
Yo, what is?
I didn't say they were banging each other. They were banging each other up. Is that the same?
You had another one earlier that I should have said pause for, but you're on
No
a
Diddy,
roll today.
man. No Diddy.
Jake, get your mind out of the gutter, young man.
We're like the same age, bro.
Bro, you're like 5 years younger than me.
No,
How old are you?
23.
Bro, I'm
You're
27.
26.
That's 4 years. I'm
You're
27.
26, bro. You just turned 27.
Yeah, that's true.
3 years older than me.
Probably like
Shut the
14
fuck up.
mentally. Yeah. I'm like Benjamin Button, bro. I just mentally age
Depending on the
backwards.
day, I'm your big brother or you're
Yeah.
my big brother.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Basically.
Who we got? We got Kai Asakura coming up too,
Wait, yeah. What do you think about that?
bro. In what way?
Him coming from another division and getting the title shot right away.
Immediately. The flyweight division is thin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why he can't. I mean, the guy's very dominant over there at Ryzen. I mean, he beat Juan Archuleta, who's not an easy out, and that was at 135.
He's a beast.
You know what I mean? So I think there's some value there, and some merit, I should say. He beat Manel Kopp, and I think Manel Kopp beat him back. TKO'd him or whatever, decision,
Okay.
then
Where?
TKO. I think at Ryzen also.
That could be a storyline they probably want to build up, possibly. If
It'd be
Manel
good-
wins.
if-
you
yeah.
know.
But
This-
he's the guy who comes over and he has a big YouTube channel, right? He
Yeah,
trains
him and
with
his brother
Syndicate.
like superstars on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Oh, so-
both
okay.
of them.
But
Oh,
has he
yeah?
trained at
Yeah.
Law too? Or is that the
Uh,
other guy?
No, that's
old-
Sasaki.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Come on, man. They
Come
don't all
on,
look
bro.
alike, man.
Come
They
on,
don't
bro.
all look alike.
Yeah.
I want to say something, but I
Buck
won't.
five ass. Ooh, Remen.
Cancelled.
Bro, can we just talk about the owner of Lululemon making it that name because Asians can't pronounce L's?
Yeah, that was so foul when I watched that. I was like, yo, what?
Ruru Remen.
Yo,
How did he not get canceled for that?
he thought it was
they,
funny.
they tried to cancel him. He doubled down, bro.
Yeah.
He's gangster for that.
Cancel culture doesn't even exist anymore, bro.
Bro, if you don't give a shit, you can't get canceled. Like, I will never get canceled because I don't give a shit.
I
I'll
feel
say whatever I
but
want.
You gotta have clout to get canceled too, so that's part of it.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, well, I have clout or
You're
not.
such a clout chaser, bro.
Bro, I'm the biggest clout chaser. I love, bro. I need it. You know, I need it,
Bro.
Bro, you have a SpongeBob reference for everything. I love SpongeBob. It's the best show ever.
Yeah, deadass.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I got no clout, so I don't give a shit. I can't get canceled anyways.
What happens if
But
you...
yeah, my life, like nothing
Oh,
changes.
well,
Yeah,
big deal.
I get like one less person in the world takes a
Yeah,
picture
right.
with me out of like 3 people.
Yeah.
But even if I am famous, I just won't give a shit, bro. I learned from Eminem, bro.
Well,
If
bro,
you can't
Trump
cancel
won,
Eminem,
bro, we're so back. Retard and gay. That's all we say now.
why you left that one out?
Well, I just didn't want.
You didn't
want
wanna
to
get canceled?
I never
Come
even
on,
used
bro, I'm
those
gangster.
words in a sense of derogatory towards like
Yeah.
people that are homosexual.
I've never said it in a
I
I
was
say
always-
derogatory way.
retarded like it's the most popular word ever. I just like the word, but I don't hate.
Just like the word.
I don't hate people with disabilities. I'm not even
Nah,
talking
of course
about them.
not, bro.
I
I
actually
feel bad for
respect them
them.
more. The people I call retarded are more retarded than the people with disabilities.
Yeah, basically. Or
Like it's
like that was a retarded statement right there. That sounded retarded.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then also like if you have a guy at like 2 a.m. revving the shit out of his engine,
yeah, like
he's a fucking bro. Like, you know,
Yo.
he could be straight. He could probably have a girl in the car. I don't know, but I'm like, I say
But
to
if
myself,
you're only
like, yo,
doing
this
that because
fag,
you
man.
have a girl in the car, I didn't say that.
I said it.
That's fine.
You know,
This whole part's getting cut.
nah, bro, don't cut it. Come on, bro.
She's gonna beep
I'm
it
gonna
all
die on this hill.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Bro, remember when you did the shit with Tate right before your fight with TJ and like you got canceled kinda?
People
Oh,
are
I
trying to say
remember that.
I was a supporter. I'm like, the guy hasn't even been convicted of anything.
Yeah.
No, that was before he got arrested.
Yeah, so it was just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
There was no conviction of anything.
Yeah.
Or like a what's it called?
It's even now, like my boys, they stay trying to tell me, one of them, I call him Blue Pill now. I think I offended him a little bit. I was like, it's okay, we're still we're still best friends. You're just my Blue Pill friend. But he was like trying to tell me like, how do we have a convicted president? I'm like, I don't know how this works. I don't make the rules, but if he's convicted, as far as I know, you can't run for presidency. So was he convicted or was he not convicted? Oh, he was only convicted in New York. I'm like, so does that mean he went to jail? Because usually if you're convicted, you went to jail. I don't remember my man serving any time in jail. So,
And they just dropped the whole case.
Bro,
so I don't
my
know.
buddy who's liberal as hell tried to bring that up, and I was like, you know, like 50 people that have worked with the Clintons have committed suicide. I'm like, who do you know? And I like broke the whole thing down to him. I was like, and then he was like, oh shit, I never even heard about that.
Like, who
let
do
me
you
go.
know
And I
whose
sent him a
friends killed
list.
themselves
I
this
was like,
much?
yo, I know one person that committed suicide. 2 people in my life have committed suicide. Like, that's a fuck ton of people. Most people I know don't know that many people.
Yeah.
And it's like 50?
I know one.
Yeah.
So that's,
And
I know a
and
lot of
that's-
people,
and-
bro.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
a lot
like,
of people.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's crazy. So, like, and I broke it down to him, and he was like, oh, shit. Like, I didn't even know. I'm like, so you're talking about, like, and I was like, that girl, like, Trump was dating 10 girls hotter than that girl. Like, way hotter. Like, he didn't have, like, Trump didn't rape her. It's just like,
He called her horse face.
Is that what I don't really know
That
the
lady
details,
who-
but that's
he referenced
crazy.
her as
lady
horse
who
face.
That's
said Trump
crazy.
raped her. I'm like, brother, Trump could date the baddest girls today. Like, you think he's raping that woman? Like, to be honest? And, like, yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's just...
And just so we're clear, I'm not downplaying anyone who comes forward with
Yeah.
like allegations or whatever, but it just seems like it's just happening all more at convenient times for things like that. So that's my only thing. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it's just like, well, how come you didn't like bring this up? Like, I don't know.
20 years ago.
I don't even want to say 20 years, but just like at some point,
Yeah.
talk to somebody before or anything. I don't know.
I just don't think that playbook worked. I mean, obviously it doesn't work anymore because he got elected and won by like a pretty big landslide.
Well, that and then even the Conor joint that just happened.
Yeah.
Like I didn't follow the whole case, but apparently they found him guilty. He paid like a civil
I
penalty.
think liable.
Which I don't even know what that means. Does that mean like he's guilty or is it just?
I don't think it means
Does it
guilty.
mean we think you did it, but not really, but we're unsure. But you know what?
Yeah.
Just pay this.
He got found, yeah, and then the fine was like $250,000.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, if you get convicted of rape in the U.S., it's like real jail time.
Yeah.
Not just $250,000.
I don't know
Like,
the details, so I can't
I
really
don't
speak
either,
on
but-
it, you know?
That's why I didn't say anything. Like, I didn't like even want to bring it up because I was like, who knows what actually happened.
So I forgot who and I were having this conversation. I think someone at the PI, and we were talking. I think we were talking about the Conor case too. And I go, here's my discrepancy where I try to understand where the lines are drawn. I go, so if you go on a date and you both drink a shit ton
Mm-hmm.
and you have sex and you don't remember, is that classified as rape? And technically, from what I understand in this day and age, if it's the female, it is consider that. I'm like, but I'm so confused. How, like, I can understand the pushback we're going to probably get for this, but
Oh, we're just having a conversation.
no, I'm just
you
trying to
know?
understand the reasoning and the logic behind it. I'm like, well, you decided to drink. It's not if he didn't roofie you or anything. You decided to drink. Like, are you now no longer like if you kill someone when you drank, right? You're liable for your actions. So now, if you decide to have sex with somebody because you decide to drink too much, where you weren't as coherent as you probably should have been, are you not liable for?
I think I heard her claim though was that he like just straight up like she said no and he straight up just raped her.
Well, that's
Yeah,
that was her
that's
claim.
very
that's,
different.
yeah, that's
But
as
it's
bad as
very,
it gets,
very
bro.
different.
Yeah.
Like that's straight up rape.
That's as bad as
what
it gets.
she's saying happened. But like apparently she has this claim with a lot of other dudes too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what Conor said. I need to like actually read a real
Yeah.
article from
Yeah.
front to back.
Because they go, do some actual research
Yeah,
before you
like,
talk about it.
I-
I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, we're just a couple bros.
I
just
wanted to
having
make a
conversation.
TikTok and like read the article, but like I just
It's a lot of energy,
frankly
bro.
don't care enough to like
Yeah.
like. But if he did do it, also like you know what I was thinking about too. Is,
That would
like,
make him a piece of shit if he actually
obviously,
did that.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
like,
course.
And like
anyone,
another girl claimed he raped her. At the Miami Heat game when he punched the mascot, you remember?
Yo, he knocked that guy out.
But
Yeah, he
Drag
violated
him.
that guy. Didn't he go to the hospital?
For his girl, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like it's
bro.
just like he's like embarrassing the shit out of her. You know, I just feel I don't know.
It's hard, bro. She could leave, you know, but where's she gonna go? I
wonder,
guess.
I
She has kids with him, you know. Like, there's a lot. I think.
It's crazy.
Regardless, I think him doing what he's doing, especially publicly like that, I think that's wrong of him.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
It's hard to be a Conor fan now.
Especially because it's not like he doesn't have the money to do things if he wanted to do it in secret. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be a lot more accessible to someone like him than us paying that type of money to do.
And apparently no one in Ireland, like, because in Ireland, they, like, all the shit he does gets put on blast.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make it all the way over here. But, like, I've heard people in Ireland tell me, like, no one in Ireland likes him.
Yeah,
he's,
supposedly
like,
he has, like,
a
an illegitimate kid, too.
Yeah, I heard
you know,
that.
with someone else.
What does that even mean? An illegitimate kid?
Like, he just
a
knocked
kid
up
out
some
of-
girl
yeah.
and he's just
But is it
doesn't care about
illegitimate?
him.
Is a
I
kid?
mean,
No,
is
like-
a kid a fake? Is a
That's
kid
the
a clone?
term, right? That's the term, yeah. Yeah.
It's like Game of Thrones. You're a bastard. It's like, well, I got a dad. I'm not actually a bastard. It's like if you don't have kids with the same wife, then it's a bastard child. I'm
Yeah.
like, is it really though?
I guess that's what the kid is. It's a bastard. I feel bad to call a kid a bastard.
Bastard,
you know?
like what?
Yeah, like, what did the kid do?
Word.
And then, like, the bastard child gets treated like shit for being a bastard child. It's
Right? Like, the kid's innocent,
the
bro.
kid,
What did I
the
do?
kid was just
Yeah.
the
born.
sperm that won.
Yeah.
Like,
If
did
anything,
something
he's
right.
a winner, bro. He's
Yeah,
gonna get a
like-
prize, you know?
I mean, that kid was Jon Snow.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, that was the conversation we were having. Because I don't want people thinking like, oh, these guys don't know what rape is. I'm like, from my understanding, rape by definition, I mean, I'm not gonna pull it up. I'm just off of what I thought I knew what it was you have sex with someone against their will. So that's why it's like with the dating thing, it's like you go out. So it's like, at what point do you become kind of responsible for your actions of, well, you go out every weekend, you get shit faced. At some point, you should probably look in the mirror and be like, what am I doing with my life?
Bro, there's an easy solution to all of this, and it's just following God.
Just get married.
Just no sex before marriage. I'm not saying that's obviously going to happen, but, you know, like, stay with
I
a
had to take my
good
glasses
partner.
off for this one.
the low IQ came in, bro. He had to take them off. Dennis is talking. But,
I've
yo,
never had
honestly, though,
sex.
you know? All right, bro.
No, but
Congratulations.
I agree with you. If there were more people who were, I guess, religious, there would be a lot less of that. You would think that there would be a lot less of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Is Conor ever getting back in the ring?
I don't know,
He
bro.
just did a hard pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
alright.
yeah, let's divert from this.
Yeah.
Before we
Just-
like start defining
Just so people
rape.
understand the stance, I don't know if he did it or not. He was found guilty. I don't know what the evidence is. I didn't listen to the case. I didn't watch the case. I just saw the articles come up. And as with anything, I don't just judge a book by the cover because an article came out, because then that would make me like everybody else who was just the blue pill.
Reading headlines, yeah.
Yeah, reading headlines. Like, I would actually have to do some research, hear the story, and then come to my own, well, based on what I heard, like, is that actually true or not?
Bro, so there's 3 sides to every story, right? We all know this. It's his side, her side, and the truth. We'll never really know the truth, you know? Like, we could all, the 3 of us could look at this glass, this same exact glass, and see something different.
This
You know
one.
what I mean? This exact glass right there. But I'm just saying, like, it's all about perspective, I guess, you know, difference in opinions and cultures. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we could read the same exact sentences. One person might think it is, one person might think it's not. So, at the end of the day, wrong is wrong. And if we just, it just sucks when alcohol's in the mix, because it's always like a X factor. You know, people use it as an excuse to do different things. I think, at least
They do, and that's the fucked up
that's
part.
the problem. Yeah,
'Cause then it's
On
no
both
account-
sides.
Yeah, there's no accountability
Yeah,
at
right.
that point.
It's like just blame it on the alcohol.
You could literally say I drank, and then like I don't like nothing you did is warranted, or like
Yeah.
just you know
yeah, I know what
like
you
the
mean.
You know?
responsibility can just be taken away from that. Like
Right.
I had sex with him, but I was drunk, so it like I didn't consent.
Like, did he put a funnel down your mouth and make you drink
Yeah.
all that?
Yeah.
Like, if
you
he
know?
ain't roofing you, which obviously does what it does and makes
That's
you
a whole-
incoherent,
that's obviously
that's
yeah.
completely foul play. But if you're going out and you're doing this all the time, like, I'm pretty sure your actions made the guy think, as long as he didn't force himself on you. But the part that's scary is the part where they say, like, oh, I didn't know. So then I don't know if they actually knew. You know what I mean?
Bro,
like, if
so
you
it's
black
tough.
out, that's where it gets, like, that's where the wars
Yeah.
get money for me.
Yeah.
Right. Because, I mean, look, you know, someone meets a girl at a bar or whatever. They're both drinking. They're both getting fucked up, whatever. You say, yo, let's go back to my place. We all know what that means. You know what I mean? Let me not say it like that. But you go to the room, you
You ain't going back to my place to go watch a movie and then talk about
Jesus,
Good Morning America or something.
We
you know,
just
like,
met too. It's like
from a bar, you're fucked up, like you're feeling each other, you're touching each other a little bit, like kissing. Kind of like that's usually where it goes, you're gonna go have a one night stand or whatever the case is. Now it's like what happens in the bedroom is that's where it's like you never know the real facts.
Yeah.
So I feel bad. I also feel bad for the women who really go through it. And then, they looked at different because they say, she's making it up or she wants money. Like, it's just it's like such a blurred line with this type of thing. So I just think if we're more accountable for our actions, bro. And
it changes a lot.
Yeah.
It fixes a lot issues.
The answer is always God, bro. It's simple. Just follow the Bible. Right, Jake?
follow the Old Testament for sure.
Jake has
This
converted
motherfucker.
to Christianity.
Nah, bro, he just threw a
shade.
Jewish thing in there.
Yeah, I know. Throw some shade our way.
But wait, is Conor? There's no way he fights again. How can you fight?
I mean, Tyson did.
No, well, at that point, it's not even going to be relevant. It's just he's going to fight and it's going to be like, oh, because it's Conor, you're going to watch. Well, in terms of actually being intrigued that he could maybe
Make a run.
you make a run for gold again,
Nah.
I don't think that's ever happened.
How?
Yeah.
Respectfully, like, I fought with Conor in regards to his career, but at this point, I think we got to just all come to grips with reality and just be like, yo, my man's not coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even matter because he's going to headline a pay-per-view and it's going to sell 1 million pay-per-views. So.
Yeah. He's just going to be at the club. He's going to pull on that hair.
Yeah.
Then the lady's going to come over. He's going to pull on her hair, too. He's like, it's okay, baby.
In front of his wife.
Yeah.
He's going to, like, make out with him.
Bro,
and shit.
end
I
of the day,
want to
though-
do a skit with that, with Rebecca.
Yeah.
Like,
You're wild.
She probably listen. And then we're going to be out, I'm going to pretend like I'm really hammering. I'm going, ah. And I'm going to look at her and go, ah. And just see the reaction. I need somebody to record it. Like, let's see what happens.
We'll just never see Aljo again after that night.
Aljo
He
gets
just goes
murdered.
missing.
Aljo's body found in
Yeah.
ditch in Vegas.
Yeah, like, yeah, it didn't work out the way I thought it was.
Fuck.
Damn.
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up. Nah, but all jokes aside, though, I really do hope Conor finds help. You know, like with the
Yeah.
drugs and drinking and stuff. Like, he's done it all, bro. The sport wouldn't be what it is without him. You know, he's a pioneer in the sport. So I just hope he finds the right path.
Yeah, because it's like, even if he didn't do all that.
He says he found God. You know, I watched the documentary. He said he found God. He posts about God a lot, but
but your
actions speak louder than
yeah,
words,
yeah.
bro.
But even if he didn't do this, it's like your name is just being attached to these horrible things. Like he's got his name attached to more like illegal activities than like fights now. Like
Yeah,
like in the
basically.
past 2 years. So it's like that's just not good.
Yeah,
you know?
that's gonna stay with him forever, basically.
Yeah.
That stain's always gonna be on his name. So
Yeah.
I hope he can redeem himself, you know, and find himself.
Coke is fucked, man.
Don't do
I've never
drugs,
tried
kids.
I haven't either, but I don't want to.
Never tried the cocaine.
I was just listening to a Rogan pod. It was Scott Storch. He's like a famous producer. He produced Still DRE. Still, you know. That's
Still Dre?
Still
Yeah.
Dre's, but man said
We all bro.
DRE.
Bro, he's from Chicago, bro.
Bro,
Give
but
him
it
a pass.
says that's how it's spelled out.
Bro, please give him
Still
a pass.
Still Dre. Okay, go ahead.
And he was talking about he like had $100 million and then he like did coke and partied for 9 years because he just like got into the party scene and like
And then what?
ruined his life kind of.
He lost it all?
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for people like that, bro.
Nah,
but-
yeah,
yeah, like,
But like,
yo,
bro,
you're
that's
stupid,
what that
bro.
shit does to you, man.
No, bro, you're just stupid.
At least have like how much? 100 million?
Yeah.
Put 10 million aside and at least live off the interest and then piss off the other rest, right? At least,
Nah, fuck that.
no, I'm saying.
I want to
'cause-
live off the interest of the 100 million. Fuck
Of course,
that.
Yeah,
but
logically,
what I'm
yeah.
saying, like, you can still have 90 million to fuck around and do whatever you want. You have your house, you have everything paid off with the 10 million in the bank, just at a modest 5%.
Yeah.
You're hanging out.
Yeah,
You're
but
hanging
it's,
out.
the problem is just like the coke like fucks your brain up.
Of course, but then
Like you don't make sound decisions.
you could. I think there's accounts where you could put certain things into these accounts where you can't access it, and it's just you just live off the dividends. So this way, in case you do some stupid ass shit like that, you have something to fall back on to at least get you cleaned up, and then like you can only tap into X amount of your money. Then it's like, damn, you have the money, but you need to make sure you get help before you can have the access to the rest of it or whatever. I think there's some. I could be completely making that shit up, but I could have sworn I seen that somewhere. I seen it.
Algenomics.
But yeah.
Yo, bro, real quick, speaking of that, can we talk about how we're all about to get fucking nuked by Russia? We're in World War
Oh my
III.
God.
Bro, what the fuck is going on? We're sitting here on a podcast like half of the world's not getting bombed right now.
Bro, I've been watching shit about like what would happen in a nuclear war like all day. Like,
bro, nobody wins.
all day. No, like it only takes 72 minutes for the whole world to be like dead. Like,
That's scary.
I watched this podcast. This lady wrote a book about what happens in like the first 24 minutes of a nuclear fallout, the second like set of 24 minutes, and then the third set, and then like the winter after that. So it's like 4-part.
So basically, you're saying we need a bunker.
Well,
I don't even think that's helping us,
so-
bro. Because
so in the
after, how are we
first-
gonna eat?
in 72 minutes, the population would go from 8 billion to 3 billion. Like
Wow.
in like under an hour and a half. And then
The meek shall inherit the
then
earth.
basically after that it's just like winter. There'd be like miles of ice from like cuz like the sun would be blocked out.
Mhm.
So there'd be like miles of ice everywhere, and we'd have to live underground because the ozone layer would be so fucked up that like you can't go outside really because you
Who
would just
said that you gotta live underground? We can't live. How are we gonna live underground?
you figure it out.
The fuck?
No, like and then like there's no like bro, it's just the most savage among us would be the ones who like repopulate the earth.
I mean,
Oh, of course.
technically we did survive the ice age, right? Am I wrong by saying
Yeah,
that?
but like imagine the ice age, but like the sun, there's no atmosphere to protect you from the
The rays.
radiation from the sun, so you're gonna get cooked.
I still partially believe the sun gives you cancer kind of thing is kind of a little inflated.
Come on, bro. How's that possible? That's like the source of all energy on this
Yeah.
planet.
Well, no, like
And then you use sunscreen
our
that gives you
atmosphere
cancer.
definitely
Yeah,
protects us
yeah, right.
from the sun, but like if there's no atmosphere and it's just straight up,
Just beaming in.
yeah, and then like not to mention the radiation from all the bombs, like the missiles that like Russia and China have. I just watched a video about like the all the bombs each country has, and it's like they're like as tall as the Statue of Liberty, and they can get from China to New York City in 26 minutes.
That's fucking crazy.
And there's pretty
bro.
much no way to stop them. And not only is it like it's not just one bomb, it's like one missile has like 10 warheads in it
That's separate.
that it disperses. So like
Yo, that's fucking.
so
nuts.
or it can all
Fuck,
just
bro.
go off in one place. So the
Oh
the
my
bomb that went off in
God.
Hiroshima was
Why'd
like
you say it like that?
what?
Hiroshima.
Yo, get off my dick, bro.
The fuck, bro?
Hiroshima.
Yeah, there you go. Come on. Why
The
you
bomb
throwing me off
that
like
bomb that we bombed Hiroshima with. I
He
just said
corrected
I just said it
himself.
three
Yeah,
different
yeah.
ways. For you.
For you.
Was like though
Yeah,
that was like
Yo.
that one was like the mushroom cloud was like a little bit taller than Mount Everest, right?
Yo, what?
She was high.
A little bit.
It was high.
That's like it was like 10,000 feet. It went up, right? The ones that like Russia has with like the 10 warheads in it is like 66 times more powerful than that. So if it hit New York City, it would go if like it was like the center of Manhattan. Everybody like all the way into Nassau County would die in like that. Like everyone would die like that. All the buildings would be flattened all the way out to there. So like
Wow.
half of New Jersey, half of Long Island, half of upstate New York would all be like completely flattened like that. Like we're cooked.
You know what's crazy though? If we were to engage in a nuclear war, whoever hits the button first,
No, because the problem
But by the
problem
time
is
they press it, the other side will press the
they
button
can,
too.
We
Yeah.
have satellites. So like let's say Russia sent because the strategy would be you send like 1,000 bombs.
yes.
So like we have satellites that can detect the second they're set off, and it's not only so the ones they can get from Russia or China to New York in 26 minutes, but there's also nuclear submarines that are like pretty much impossible to detect that have bombs that they launch up, and then it's like they can be like halfway between here and China. So like they can be in the ocean, they launch them up as soon as they break the surface of the water, then a propeller shoots them over. So that would take like what 14 minutes, right? If they're that close to the US. So there and then there's no way to detect them. Or we can only detect them like once they're launched. Like the second they're launched, we know they're launched, but then you have 26 minutes or less to make a decision.
What if they waited till like midnight?
And the end.
I think I may be wrong with this. I think they give notice if they're gonna attack.
Why?
Like,
no.
What is the point?
Yeah, bro.
I
Russia
mean-
just gave notice to Ukraine.
No.
Japan gave notice to America for Pearl Harbor.
America gave Japan notice, you mean? Oh.
Both, yeah, for Pearl Harbor. They do that, like, so Russia gave notice to
No,
Ukraine.
I don't think Japan. No, we knew about it. They didn't give notice.
they gave
intercepted
notice.
the
We're
mess-
going to attack
Nah.
at this time.
No.
Well, so, yo, somebody fact check this, but we'll look this up after.
Okay.
But Russia just gave notice to Ukraine that we're going to attack. There's nothing you could do about it, but we're not putting warheads on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That
So I think that was just a warning, but they let them know. So America doesn't say, yo, these motherfuckers are nuking us, or nuking, NATO's side or whatever, our side, the Western side. Let's nuke them back. So they give notice for that, not to like,
I could see that.
well,
yeah, if
to
they're
blow
not
shit
gonna
out of
do it.
proportion. Yeah.
But if they're gonna do it,
But he
why
let
would I
them
give
know.
you notice?
He let them know. Maybe so.
It actually
civilians
really
don't die.
doesn't matter because we'll know the second they do it. Like we have satellites that know the second they do it with like incredible accuracy. That's what this lady was saying on this podcast. So this journalist wrote a book about like the book where it's like the first 24 minutes, the second 20.
But how does she know?
Well, she interviewed a bunch of people who like worked in high levels of the military and like who were experts on like nukes basically.
Okay.
And then so I watched a bunch of her shit today, and then I watched another video came up. It was like the top 5 most dangerous bombs, and like the Satan 2.
Russia
There's
has,
the
right?
Satan and then the Satan 2, and the Satan 2 is like the one that was like 66 times stronger than Hiroshima. But like Russia just tried to like launch one and it like exploded at the site. Like it didn't work. So like some people think Russia doesn't actually have the capabilities that they say they do. Nuclear wise. They definitely have some shit, but
Bro, I think the U.S. government has shit that if they let it out, it'll look like an alien invasion.
probably.
Like the most high-tech, advanced shit, because that's the biggest spending we have. I'm just saying, if we have a world war, bro, we're all done for. Whether we survive immediately or not, we're still going to have a very... If we even survive past that, weeks on after, who's going to... Food production... Water recycling.
It's
You're
hunter-gatherer
done, yeah.
right away.
You're back to the Stone Age.
And then everyone who's like the 3 billion people that survive, like half of them are going to die from radiation poisoning. And then it's just like the most savage among us left making the rules.
Do you think this is what caused, like in the other generation, I don't want to say generation, but
Past civilization.
past
I
civilization,
was just about to bring this up.
that this is probably what happened? Just
I
wiped
really
everything
believe
out?
that. Yeah, I really believe that.
I mean, it could be that or like ice ages or a comet hit. A comet hitting, like a real big comet hitting like the Earth is like the same shit as like,
Nuclear
dropping
warfare.
a bunch of
yeah.
Satan 2s in one spot,
Yeah.
And it like one comet will like create like an ice age.
You
For,
drop a
like,
bomb and then say, no, it was a comet. I swear.
Yo, did you guys see the thing where the Congress had a meeting that they like they identified aliens? Like they said there are aliens among us. You guys saw that or no?
no.
They had a whole ass meeting about it, bro.
Shapeshifters. Imagine.
They did say they shapeshift too. And they said it, they feel like they're provoking them.
Big, right?
No, just making sure you're not an alien.
Nah, it's, my muscles be shapeshifting.
Make sure you're not shapeshifting over here.
But they really said that. They said they're mostly underwater.
I can see
the
that.
shit that's underwater looks foreign.
Yeah.
Like
Everything foreign. Like everything down there,
Yeah,
we don't
that's-
even know what's really down there. We don't really know what's down there.
Nah, bro. We know more about space than the depths of our oceans.
Why don't we focus on that? Like, can we
so
get down there?
So this is the other thing too. This lady who wrote the book said it's easier to detect like something the size of a grapefruit in outer space than it is to detect a nuclear submarine under the water, because we have like way more capability to like see shit in outer space than we do our own oceans.
That's very
So
interesting.
we have no idea. China could be 10 miles off our east coast, and it's
Yeah,
like,
we won't
we
know.
don't know with a nuclear fucking bomb. Like
I do wonder if they launch it, we get the notice. Can they blow it up in the air?
Yeah, if you blow it up in the air, like
We're still
the
fucked.
bomb has
Yeah.
the bomb has to, the bomb like just the nuke making contact with the earth isn't like the missile making contact with the earth isn't what detonates it.
I think it's the fission between the
you,
atom, right?
you actually have to like physically detonate it,
Mm-hmm.
and they usually do that in the air. So it's not about like
It doesn't hit the ground
I
first.
saw a video. It was like, what would happen if you dropped a nuke into lava, and it was like the nuke would just melt and like it wouldn't go off. But if you actually detonated it somehow,
They have to split the atom.
yeah. So like, if you could like somehow catch it in the, but like the systems to do that are so, like this is what this lady said. The systems to do that are so like inaccurate. Like you can't predict. And then if Russia's sending 1,000 missiles, it's like there's really no way to stop it. You're just cooked. That's why Trump has to get in there, bro, and just.
Bro, so
end
we
this
protest, you know, humans, I should say, protest over the dumbest shit in the world. Why are we not protesting fucking World War III, bro?
Why can't they just send the bombs to like the house leaders?
Right, yeah.
Like leave everybody else alone.
Yeah, bro.
I ain't got no beef with you guys. I want you guys to have your land. Let us keep our land. Let the
just
people
want
over there
peace.
keep their land.
Yeah, like it's always like these world leaders fighting with each other, and like we don't give a fuck about what they're fighting. It's all like their like Putin's ego and Trump's ego. Like that has nothing to do
Is it
with
Trump's
us.
ego?
I feel like
No,
Trump's
I'm
saving
just
us,
saying.
bro.
I'm
More
just
like
saying.
Biden.
leaders. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Fine.
Biden sent those missiles
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
before
he
left
gave
office.
them the
It's
green
like
light.
Game of Thrones. It's like the kings and queens are of like the 7 kingdoms are like all fighting each other for power. That like really the people don't really care. Like the average citizen, it's not like they're not doing anything for us. It's like they're all just like having a dick swinging contest between like the powers that be.
Unless you're Daenerys,
And she got starched.
because then she doesn't have a dick.
I mean, she kind of does though.
Plot twist. I never watched the show, so I don't know.
She's a dragon.
She
girl.
got starked.
Bro, but wait, think about that though. There are aliens.
Well, technically
among us.
Targaryen. That was like her
True.
nephew. She was hooking up with her nephew. Didn't know it was her nephew
I would have
Oh,
done
that's
it.
fucked up.
Yo, if I
or
found
brother-in-law. I don't know, some shit. They
you,
were
but
blood,
you,
same
yo, if you're
bloodline.
already smashing,
Damn.
and then you find out she's your aunt, back then
I felt sad for her.
I'm doing it. So
All right, this is a judge-free zone. You know.
we listen and we don't judge.
I
That's
mean,
it.
Alabama's welcome.
Yo, you should I say what you were trying to? Should I say on this pod right now what you were trying to convince me to do?
Nah. Yo, bro, like people have like good friends, like an angel on the shoulder and the devil on the
He's
shoulder.
the devil.
I'm the
Bro,
worst
you're
devil
the
on the
devil's,
shoulder,
like,
bro.
Fucking favorite.
Yeah.
child, bro. On my
Don't
shoulder.
stay around me, bro. If you have like, just you'll make bad decisions
No.
around me.
But man, this is so fucked.
I like when we get our tinfoil hats on. Now it's
I
really.
love
Nah, I'm just thinking like, for Biden to do that right way, he's like on his way out of office. They say
But
he
was
has.
it Biden?
That's what I was
Nah.
about to say because they saying Biden is
I
not in the
actually
right
think
mindset.
Biden fucks with Trump, to be honest.
Yo, he
He
put on the
definitely
MAGA
voted for
hat, bro.
Trump.
He
Yeah,
put
Yeah,
that
it's
MAGA
not
hat
Biden.
on.
Biden. That was like the puppet masters
Yeah.
who control him.
They say President Biden is launching missile attacks. I'm like, that wasn't him,
Bro,
dog.
Biden's
Yeah.
in fucking
He's chilling,
Like-
bro.
Maui or some shit right now. Like,
Yo, so honestly, what I believe, now this is real tinfoil hat shit. I think the real leaders of the world interact with these aliens, right? They take orders from them, which are actually demons. I'm not even joking right now. I'm dead ass. And they do this shit, like the demons and the aliens tell them what to do. Yo, he's smiling at me. He thinks I'm crazy.
No, just
People,
listen.
yo, I'm telling you.
I'm just listening.
People who are aware, they know they're gonna fuck with this, and they're telling them to do these acts of terror and acts of war. Aliens are demons. Interdimensional demons. You saw Tucker Carlson talk about it on Rogan?
Yeah, they were having like some demon talks.
Yeah.
Well, alien talks.
Aliens are
I don't
demons,
know,
bro.
man.
What do you not know?
That
You don't know what
Why?
you don't know.
it's just it's a lot to take in.
Rebuttal it.
What you just said. I don't necessarily disagree. It's just a lot to get from here to there, you know?
Well, someone's putting this shit in their head because ain't no sane person can sit here and tell me that they think nuclear war is good.
Yeah, I just don't get why people want this so badly.
Just
Like,
get in the octagon and fight it out. Putin, go fight Trump now, or go fight Biden.
they
I
should
think
have
Putin kicks
Trump.
Biden's
Putin
ass.
will whoop his ass, bro.
they should have Trump. They
But
should
Trump
have,
need to get his hands up, because if Putin
Nah,
decides to
Trump's-
throw down
bro,
on him, he
Trump
got to be
is a
ready.
big dude.
He's an ox, bro.
Trump is big.
Yeah.
Putin's a little guy.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's a
but
black belt.
he's
in
like
judo.
He's actually like,
Yeah, but it's probably hard to like.
I don't know if he's still
Trump.
training
Bro,
anymore.
Trump's
but
like
Yeah, I don't know.
6'4", like probably 280. Like,
Yeah, nah, Trump's an ox,
Trump's a
bro.
280.
big ass motherfucker.
you think he's 280?
Yeah, they should just have a fight to the death.
Yeah, let them
On
go fight their
pay-per-view.
own war, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, how big? Never mind. I was gonna go a whole. different
Yo, hey, yo, I already know
Hey,
where
how
he was going
big
with
do you
this.
think Putin is?
Nah, bro. Hey, yo, get off this
You think he's
podcast
packing?
right now, bro.
Yo,
I knew first
crazy.
thing.
He's
I
like,
said, how big?
I think he's not, because that's why he's like starting these wars, because he's like trying to compensate for
Little
something.
dick syndrome?
yo.
And if he does start a nuclear war, he's gonna nuke wherever I'm at first, because I'm talking about his dick.
He's definitely coming for you first.
He's like Jake's public enemy #1 in Russia.
He's like, this motherfucker.
yeah,
This
I
Ukrainian
don't,
fuck.
I don't know what the answers are, man. It just seems like a lot of the times these wars and things are just all motivated by the wrong things. They have nothing to do with the interests of people. It's always about greed and how could those guys inflate their pockets. I could get behind it a little bit if it was like, how do we get money for the whole of us so that the entire whole country could do better? But it's never like that.
No.
It's never like that. And what they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes.
Like, you let these guys go unchecked for so long when there's no branches of government to check each other to make sure no one gets too out of control. You let one person go out on the deep end, he's just going to eventually feel like King Tut and just start doing what the hell he wants to do.
So, I mean, America does have checks and balances
But not
in
the
the government. But exactly, not
There's
these,
certain
not these
agencies that-
agencies.
The guys who get in, they're just in for life.
And,
Right.
and the people that don't know this, there's so many people that don't know this. They just think, oh, the president is the one that's calling all the shots. I'm like,
No.
if only you actually realize what was actually going on.
The president does have that red button, though. Like, Trump can
emergency?
just hit that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what's scary. Is like really one guy can like start World War III.
He don't got to ask you.
Nah, you don't need congressional clearance. You can just.
It was like Kamala Harris when she was doing an interview or something and she was talking about her pen. She was like, with one stroke of my pen, I can change anyone's life.
Right, when she was talking about
was like,
all the lives she
yeah.
ruined in California.
I was like, this bitch crazy.
She's crazy, bro.
Some people just want power.
No mercy, no
Yeah.
remorse, nothing. I'm so happy she didn't win.
I was like,
Facts.
I was like,
I was in Miami, walking down the street. Trump fucking won, motherfucker. MAGA 2024, let's go. My girl's like, yo, shut the fuck up, bro. You're embarrassing me.
nah, but it's like a whole different world because Trump got elected.
There's so much more
Unless
hope.
the world ends before he even gets in office.
I hope
It
so.
might.
Because there's still, like, I don't have all the evidence to back everything about Trump and what he's doing. I just feel like he actually stands for something. That was the reason I voted for him.
Right.
Because I feel like when he says something, he's not going wish-washy, changing. A few years ago, he was saying this, and then a year later, he's doing this and having lobbyists in your back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I can get behind that and support someone who has their own views. You know they're not going to deviate from what they're saying. And hopefully, he does what he says he's going to do
Hopefully.
and makes the place better. And hopefully brings world peace to Palestine, bring world peace
Yeah.
to
Bro, honestly,
Palestine
yeah.
and Israel, I should say, because I don't want to
Yeah.
differentiate between the two. In the sense of, like, I get the whole, Israel's like a lot of people say Israel's the oppressors because they're the ones with all the weapons. That makes sense. Like, the person who has the gun, the person who's beholden to the gun, I get that. But we're not talking about Palestine. We're talking about Hamas.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully there becomes peace between that and Hamas de-escalates and Israel just chills the fuck out. And then hopefully we have the Ukraine war with Russia. They get to chill out too. And everyone can kind of go back to business
Yo.
as normal and
Yeah.
just
if he
stay in
comes
our
in,
lanes.
ends
Flourish.
those two wars, gets the economy stabilized, gets inflation back down. You gotta,
Goatus.
you literally, and then considering he got shot at twice, like almost got shot in the head, got the election, like Biden had 82 million votes against him. I'm not saying he was cheating, but whatever. Like all of that adversity, and then he comes back and he does what you just said, and stabilizes the economy.
He's a GOATus,
You
bro.
literally, like
Yeah.
that's like Winston Churchill level heroism, in my opinion. Like, put him on Mount Rushmore.
Greatest president of all time.
Dead ass. I'm not
Goated.
Would
kidding.
make him, yeah.
Like,
I like
what?
that.
That's literally all a president needs to do. End the wars, get the economy good.
Yeah.
Which, like, they all refuse to do for some
Which
reason.
Yeah.
I saw a stat on something like all the presidents who left office, and a lot of them leave wealthy, and then I guess Biden, Trump was the only one who left
He
like
lost $1
left
billion
less.
in
Yeah.
net worth. Yo,
I'm like, if that doesn't say something, then I don't know
Right.
what else does.
Obama became like a $70 million guy post presidency. Trump lost $1 billion in net worth.
Yeah, that's
And no one asked
$1
questions.
billion.
Yeah, no one bats an
Trump
eye.
lost more money than the last 7 presidents made from being president. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's fucking crazy. Like the level of like sacrifice he gave and then got shot at. All that shit. It's like fucking nuts. Like
Yeah, so I know some people are gonna say he's greedy, but I don't
it's
know.
not greedy.
Like power hungry, right?
mean,
like that argument.
Make it make sense. The dots are not connecting
Yeah.
for me. I'm just not connecting.
Bro, if I
the
was
dots.
close to, if I was 80 years old and I was a billionaire,
bro,
I'm not fucking
I would be on my yacht with my kids,
Chilling.
Yeah,
chilling,
bro.
having fun, living my last days. You know,
If I
watching
was-
my kids grow up.
drinking some Funk Harbor, shit,
literally.
getting that Jamaican rum.
Yeah, being president is so stressful.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
the
good on
hardest
that.
job in the world, bro.
Like I would much rather just chill at Mar-a-Lago than that.
Yeah. And on that note,
Aljo for president.
I was about to go into like 5 different conspiracy theories, but I don't want to hold
We
this.
got all week. We got 2 weeks.
we
bro.
got
Yeah.
we
We got to
got
do a tinfoil hat pod.
Cause we don't have fights this week, so we could definitely do another.
Oh
one.
yeah, I'm down.
Yo, I'm clipping the fuck out of that shit. I'm making 20 TikToks out of that.
Bro, all you're gonna see is like memes about me, like
I'm
low
not even
IQ.
editing them. I'm just clipping
Yeah.
them.
I want to try to watch some videos on it, so I actually can know a little bit of what I'm talking about.
My life is conspiracies and spiritualism and
The
Religion.
pod should be you telling us the conspiracy theories and then us like debating them.
with
Alright, we
no
could do
with
that.
no research.
Yeah, just, straight up, like, just off the cuff. Like, what
Just
do we
a-
think about this?
It'd just be hilarious because it's just like, what do you? I'm
we'll
like,
just be talking shit, bro.
yeah, literally just
Yeah.
talking shit the whole time. I'm like, yo, you guys are assholes, just talking about some shit you know nothing about. Like,
AKA Jews run the world.
Make your case.
you know, all right, I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Nah, I have some good counters to that.
We'll hear them.
Let's
Next
let's
week.
wait on it.
All right, yeah.
Tune
Stay
in.
tuned.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, drop your comments, drop your flags.
Guys, please don't hate me too much after all the shit I said. Just know I love you
I gotta
all.
actually watch this whole pod and blur out all your.
Yeah,
slurs.
just
At least
my
you know it's
whole-
like halfway.
It's gonna be like 2 minutes through just be.
I'm just fuck. It's a lot of work.
Sorry, Jacob, you working overtime with me on here.
It'll be a good listen back though.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.
That was a good one.
That shit was fine.
That was an hour and a half.
No. Was it really?
Yeah.